My name is Vladimir. I'm 37 years old. I'm from Russia, St. Petersburg. I fully experience that feelings and emotions that any religion can't explain me before or show me something like that. And when mm, it's happened, it's really turns me to a new state of mind, really different from what I was before. So yeah, that's really connects me to these all indie people and all people who are now feeling they're dying. Like I know what it feel like you're dying. I know exactly what it's like. It's like a train which way to like Blake train, and you gotta go, and life is left behind, and everything, even your siblings or mother or father, everything is something there. That's really specific feeling. I know what it's like, and yeah, but it's funny because it happened after this experience. My meditation experience happened to me, and God showed me unconditional love, and He fully accepting me without judgment, without condemned, like for my sins. Like explain me that sins doesn't exist. This is human conception. God are not judging you, not wanting you to go to hell or something. Like, of course not. Hell, for God perspective, it's hell is doesn't exist at all. Like I had evidence for that, and I'm really happy that I achieved that state of mind, because through my whole life I was thirsty for knowledge, for get like all the possible knowledge that exists in our planet or something. I was studying, like, first I'm Christian, Orthodox Christian, of course. I was initiated when I was 14 or 12, I don't remember, years old. But after I was going to church, like praying, like normal Russian kid. But later I discover like why God are Trinity, or why are God punishing people, and why innocent like babies are dying. Like it was not enough for me to this knowledge, and I did discover different religions, and finally I get answer.
Why do these bad things happen? Why don't people that do bad things get punished right away?
So how I can explain to you? Okay, this enlightenment happened with me about 4 or 5 months ago, but it was start of winter. Yeah, it was, yeah, winter 2023, around that, like a start of 2024, beginning of the new year. And before all of that, I was really focused on Buddhism and Kabbalah. I was really was hard had a hard study for Kabbalah, especially for Book of Zohar and for Book of Teachment of Ten Sfirot. Maybe you know that, maybe don't. I don't. I'm sorry. And I was reading Buddhist books, especially Tripitaka. It's like a Buddhist Bible. They have I'm sorry, three different like really big. It's like, Old Testament and New Testament. They have a free like type of teaching. So also I was discover Vedas, Veda yoga. I just mix everything together. Kabbalah, Christianity, Old Testament, New Testament, yoga, Vedas, everything. It was like salad of religion in my head. And I like praying, meditating, the altar, like Buddhist, everything just mixed. And but it was still not enough. I was okay, I'm doing everything. Where is enlightenment? Where is like moksha, or how Buddhists say like nirvana? Like, what is the purpose of all of that? It was really not enough for me. And about like 7 or 8 months ago, it was summer of 2023. I decided, okay, from now I want to really achieve something that really will shows me like a spiritual world exists, and I have evidence for that. This is not like psychosis or something, like maybe I'm just nuts or something. So because of I just was experienced well like almost all the thing in my life. I born in a good city, in the center of the city. I always had the money before I had many, many, many girlfriends. I'm sorry, it was my biggest sin, I believe. And I had a good life. I finished like a private school. Everything was I traveled the world, like Japan, Europe, like everything. It was fine. But I was thirsty. It was like hole in my chest like that. So I decide like in the summer of 2023. So from now I need to achieve really something spiritual. So I made altar in this room, kind of altar, and I start to every day praying, like giving the food to God, to say, "Oh, please eat before me. Like I'm your disciple." I was praying every day. Mm, I use kind of um, yoga methodology, yoga technique, like okay. And mm, I thought, okay, I'm doing this every day, praying like a few hours, but something is not enough. Something is not enough. Maybe I missed something. And I suddenly remembered before I practiced meditation, I started to do that in 2018. But it's never worked before, just never. I tried so many types of meditation. I was meditating on sound, or I just was concentrating on a wall or some specific idea, but nothing. My friend, he's Muslim. He quit Buddhism. He said, I was meditating and I opened my eyes and time was stopped. And I was like, wow, how did you do that? This is so interesting. I never achieved that kind of things. I thought, wow, it's so cool. I wanted the same, because so many people telling they experience something really transcendent. Yeah. So, but with me, nothing works. Okay. Before. And I decide, okay, I need to try meditation, because these all rituals, these are all my everyday prayings. I thought this is not enough. So I tried to do meditation. I was discovering in YouTube some teachings, like teacher who will explain me like basic meditation. First, I found Sadhguru, and he really nice teacher actually. Don't blame to him. He's not a bad guy, like actually. So now, because many investigation about him, I don't care, just his meditation just working. So I tried, but it was something like not exactly what I want. So I tried Russian yoga teacher. I forgot his name. Something Dada Anatanda or something. Okay. So he have like 30 minutes explanation how to meditate, just to sit, close your eyes. Imagine like comfortable space for you. Can be forest or your house, or like a peak of the rock where you're just sitting, and just from that moment you have to come down and say mantra. And I sat and I imagined myself sitting in the space, like lotus position. And he said, start to repeat like yoga's mantra, Baba Nam Kevalam, which means like only one God exists. And I sat down and start to praying. Vavanam Kevalam, Vavanam Kevalam, Vavanam. And I repeat that and repeat that again. And I was imagining myself sitting like this, but actually I start to see like a Hinduistic deity, because in that time I was more concentrated on Vedas and yoga. Maybe because of that, my imagination was kind of something pop up of like, I don't know, just images from my memory. And I was sitting in space in a lotus position like that, and some uh, Krishna were singing like that to me, spine to spine, like together in a lotus position. And I was continuing to saying Baba Nam Kevalam, Baba Nam Kevalam, and we were spinning in the space by our axis, like cursor, like that. And from that time, something interesting started to happen. I'm kind of really shy to talk about it because it's really private. But I was asking for God, can I share this information? Yeah, and I was praying before like had this interview, so I think now it's okay. So I start to feel really calm and really blissful for this time. And we were spinning, and after we disappeared, only space left. And from this time, I was kind of like, oh, like something's going on, really. And after that, like my face was coming to me like of my doppelganger, my copy. Like he was smiling. And that time, I was have a big beard. But this my doppelganger, he doesn't have a beard, like a sharp, like clean face, and he was smiling to me, very like shiny. Like, he was greeting me, and I was like, this is really strange. Like whoa, whoa, what's that? Like it was first time in my life when I see like that kind of things happening. After I recognized this as my soul was coming, like maybe my highest myself. So after that, God came to me, literally, like, but it was not an image, not an idea. It was feeling, pure feeling. It's really difficult to explain how he communicate, but he was it's like it's really from now I will try and explain really in details. It's like when you're like a baby are sleeping and adults come into the room and like, can I come? Like almost with whisper to you, like this. And from when this door was open, it's like a love, like a flows to me. Like it was just, I immediately start to cry. I was like, and my real parent are come to me like, and it's like you're a little baby and he sit like close to you and like, are you, hello, and I was like, and I immediately start to cry. I was not like shaking or like have a convulsion. Like no, I was just like, I was calm, but it was inside was so intense, like, and was tears was like just falling from my eyes, like, and two ideas why I did like why I make all these meditations and praying. I want to confess my sin because I thought I'm a big sinner because I had so many girlfriends before and I dropped them. I was destroying their lives actually because girls start to love me and hey, bye bye, like, and another girlfriend thing. It's actually really bad. I think it's almost like betraying or killing. This is really bad. And I thought, oh, I'm bad guy. I'm a really bad. So I really want to confess my sins. And it was not judgment. It doesn't have judgment at all. Just only love. And many people explain it on different channels, like this about this unconditional love. And I want to really talk about this a little bit. This love, oh, it's like you and him, and nothing else matters. He exists for you, and you exist for him, and just only these are important. Only you are important. Like, it's just unexplainable. Just humans don't have these words for that. So it just can only feel, but I cannot put this encapsulate this in the world in words. So, and I was asking like, no, I was not asking anything. I'm sorry. I was just like start to see the picture from when after he come to me, and I start to see our planet Earth from space perspective, and I'm laying down like close to Earth, like that position, like so far or something. And he said, "This is Earth, and this is you, and your spirit who decide to leave this planet. And this is one of your favorite planet to reincarnate again and again. It's kind of your favorite world to be. And there is many dimensions you can go, different planets and the worlds. But I'm always waiting you in our home, and I love this." And from that time, I was crying even more. Like I was like, whoa, like, oh, it's. I'm trying to say that because I'm a man. I'm 37 years old. Like, I like UFC, and that kind of stuff. But I was like, I have no words for that. So I knew that was my real father. And okay. It's too sentimental, I think. Okay. So after that I was about my idea, like I need to confess my sin. Oh, like God, please, can you like purify me? And he said, "My child, don't worry. Sin doesn't exist because of this. This is a human conception. I'm not about this. Not about the sin." And I answered like, "Really?" And he said, "Yes." And I was like, oh, because I was like a follower or many religions. I always think, hell exists and heaven exists, but I was kind of reading the books which say like hell or doesn't exist or so. But I was not sure. So from that moment, I was like really surprised. And after I asked, what should I do next? And he said, you already know. And I remember that I studied some Vedic scripture, which said, which thing you're like focus. Like, of course, many people have their own path in the life, like somewhere, like Nikola Tesla, he born and 5 years old, he said, oh, I want to be a physician. Okay. Like, and all his life, he dedicated all his life to science. This is straight path, but our world, this is mixed with like this straight path and like sandbox. So how it works. So, for example, I was watching like TV show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and TV host asked like a woman, why you become a lawyer in the police like department or something. And she said, because I was reading like books about crimes when I was young. So which thing you're concentrating and you become this. It's working like this in this sandbox. So if you hang out with like homeless people who drinking and taking drugs, you will for 1 month left and you'll become like this person. If you hang out with businessmen or like Elon Musk or something, you will become a businesswoman or something, businessman. It's working like that. So I was like, yeah, of course, I already knew that. So after I stood up from my knees, I was really like everything ends like, and I asked like I'm sorry, I didn't ask anything, just and I had a thought in my mind. It was God's words, and He said like, "You will obtain absolute wisdom because of I was like really a researcher. Maybe He want to fulfill my passion of know the truth." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's interesting. What is a absolute wisdom? I don't know because I was studying many religion. I thought there is no wisdom. Of course, have, but I don't know." So after that, I was like, just okay. I will live my normal life again. I will not pray every day like before. I will just work, do my home stuff, hang out with my wife and my kid. Um, and I was just working. I working so hard, and I was kind of stupid because I was drinking energy drinks every day and coffee and working in the night, and I was do cold showers and plus training so much, and these both two things. And then one day I was working so hard. I took like so many coffee, took a like so cold shower, and start to train at night. And it was in that day in the sun was something like solar explosion or something like magnetic, like something storm. So, and I get heart fibrillation that night. In the morning, I was took in the hospital and I was crying. How did that happen to me? Because I was praying like a half of the year, like ask God to correct my life, to live like happy. Why it happened to me? And I was really sad because in that hospital only old people were around who were really close to death, really like 80 years old, 70, 70. Only young men or old people. And I come after I said that, I was laying down on my bed in the hospital, and I was watching my phone, and I researched on YouTube, and I like click on the video, and the first video was the woman who died because she was heavy drug user. By the way, I was too when I was young. I quit, and she said she had overdose and God, and what first she asked from the God how it happened, like this um so crazy life happened to me because my parents was drug users, abusers. They was alcoholic because my father alcoholic too. He was a beat me, like it was so life was really sad, especially in Russia, man. And I thought America is much better, but not. It's not true. So, and God showed her, like, you decide this before your birth. You, everything what happened to you, you decide before you're born. So we decide everything. We have a blueprint. And I was like, that's why I had heart fibrillation. Like, damn, like, why did I decide that? I don't want that because all my friends asking, "Oh, if we decide, why I didn't decide to be a billionaire or like a superstar or model?" I asked them, "Maybe you was before in previous life. How did you know?" So, uh, and after I recognize, like, God, why God came to me, that He's he showed me his love that he actually have to me, but I cannot receive that in this life because we have a blueprint, and we have to finish this path this way. It's like, roller coaster. You go into them park, you have a seat on this like train, I don't know what, and like a staff guy pushing the button and say, from now you go, like, and like bye bye to you. And you cannot, while you're riding a coaster, or you cannot say, okay, can I have a drink, or can I have a nap, or can you stop that? No, you, he can't, because you said to him, please do not be involved in that. So we kind of have a contract to God cannot, like, how to say, change our like destiny or fate, say in English. So and I was like, oh, okay, fine, okay, I will continue live my life. Okay, I will, of course I will fix it. I will not have any energy drinks, ice bath anymore, like, of course. But now I understand this wisdom, like God can rewrite this blueprint or something for us, because when you die and go back to your real home, heaven, you don't care like how hard it was, how hard life it was. It was just nothing for you actually. But here we really experience really like bad emotions, really goes through a hard life. I had really tough and hard life when I was a kid. I grew up in 19s. It was drugs. Kids are was sniffing glue, like poverty. My mom owner of some shelter for homeless kids. It was just disaster. Uh, we only have a wear from second hand. Yeah, we never can buy like a clothes for ourselves because we were so poor. And after like my mother had a boyfriend who was alcoholic and drug users, I I started to be drug addict guy from 14 years old, and I had few times I almost was dead. It was really hard. It was really sad. In again, not because of all of that crazy stuff that he beat me or something, but because nobody loves me actually in that. I want to really, in that time I was really want to die because it was like so dark. So, and I was really discover why everything that, why people living normal, like your neighbor living good life. They have a big family, they have a dog, two cars, like a yacht or something, or boat that they go into like barbecue. But you have a so like hell on earth. So I discovered that after everything this happened, I discovered why.
And that's such a beautiful story, Vladimir, from, starting off in life where you did, and sort of going through those challenges with your family, with the place where you grew up, and sort of seeing the bad side of humanity, I think, first. And then it almost sounds to me that you were sort of chasing the things that would make you feel good, until then you sort of turned to religion and to God and needing that wisdom to guide you, and that knowledge to shape your life. Yeah.
Actually, I completely fixed my life because I was a drug user from 14 to 20 or 21, and I stopped everything: smoking, drinking, drugs, every bad habit. I started to do sports, teach learning different languages. I get educated. I was traveling. I can speak Japanese, can also a bit speak English. So I have a wife, I have a kid, everything's okay, I have money now, everything fixed. But I was still a bad person, actually. Yeah, it's not enough to be a not drug user or alcoholic. No, you can be a drug user, like a Kurt Cobain or something. But he was a good man, actually. He was a kind inside of himself, And we have so many like good people who do in the sport, like for example, politics, but they do a massacre. But we decide everything which happened to us before our birth. We have a blueprint. We have connection between ourselves and everything connected. Everything connected. World actually are so small. That really shocks me because almost I now I guess we know each other actually, all of like people. That funny thing happened like 2 days ago. One of like famous guitar player from my favorite band died 2 days ago. And I sent like a video clip to my friend and I said, that guy died. And my friend, he was an actor on this video. And he said, "Oh, I know him, but he's Japanese band and we are Russian, And he said, "Oh, you can watch like this movie with this Russian guy in this Japanese video if you know him." He said, I download this movie 1 day ago. And I was like, oh, like how, like we are so connected, actually. We are so connected, like it's like a web or chain between ours, like and our path across each other, I don't know, like that. So we deciding our interactions between each other. We decided what we will do, how we will interact between ourselves, like who will be which. He will be with his friend. Will be your girlfriend. Will be your, I don't know, enemy. We are deciding everything. These like roles, positions. So it's like a game, like a role-playing game, like online game. It's totally fine now. Now I understand it. But again, dying, this is kind of sad because when you're in the hospital, this is really scary thing, actually. You can have a stroke or your heart can stop. And you see old people around you gonna die soon. And you kind of feel, I have a son, 2 years old son and wife, and I kind of feel they're so far from me. Like they're in different world. And I'm in the death, we're together, and there's something I left behind that now nothing matters for me in this world. So it kind of feels like nostalgic and sad at the same time. Like you gotta go, they have to left, and death will separate us. But good news, we will meet again each other in heaven. And we will have a reunion, and that reunion will have heaven celebration. So we are never actually was divided. Just here, just for playing the game, when this game when you're hiding, kids are hiding. We're just hiding seek, but we are never actually are disconnected. We always connected. We all relate. We are all one family, one loving family. This is the most good thing. I love that, really. God sent me kind of information, something figured out in my mind after like 1 or 2 months after like that meditation happened to me. So I was just walking somewhere and something like, oh, like in my head, just it was words like this. Um, not only one God exists. Always I was believing that because of, all these pagan religions, like maybe old Varangians or Vikings things or tribe things, they believe so many deities, like a deity of rain or something. Like people from Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, they believe in one God. Yeah. And I was, of course, believing like that too, because what is the deities actually? This is like Zeus or Thor. Such a bullshit, I was thinking. So, but it's everything is normal actually. You can believe whatever you want. He said, like I will try and explain properly. So we all believe in the one God who is eternity. His eternity is he himself, right? So nobody equal to him. We are dying. Things have a time to exist, like flower. First he grow, after he like have a he, how do they say, like he opens, like after he dying, like this flower, everything have ends, but God don't have this end. How God doesn't have a beginning, like birth, death. He always like in the same state. So, but God explained me this thing, and this is absolute wisdom. So many God exists. How? So God did many, many, many copies of him because he wanted to be another being, have a free will. But free will can't exist if he will not make the same copy like him, same in eternity. Just eternity creates another eternity. To this another eternity have a free will. You can imagine like a shiny balls or something. But in his dimension, that don't have a time. So God doesn't have particular moment that Bible said. So many, like a billion years ago, God decided, oh, I need to create the human, like blah blah blah, Eden garden. No, because of God doesn't have particular moment and doesn't have a time. He he doesn't have a time to decide to, I need to create the same copy to play with him because I feel bored. It was always like this. Always had eternity of eternities. And this is our soul, actually. We all have eternity, but we are eternity who decide cut themselves to like a small particle, like in this box called human body. And like many people like to say like, oh, like our souls, it's like when sea wave like a splashing on a rock and some particles like fly away on the shiny sound, and this is our soul, this is our life. No, we are all these oceans, eternities without the end. We cut ourselves on purpose, and if you not cut this, you cannot put our soul to our body to connect this, because I don't know how to explain. So it's impossible. So we cut ourselves. Actually, we are eternities. If not like that, we don't have a free will. So like some man, of course, more stronger than another man, but maybe 1% or like some a little bit or smart, right? But if you have like $100 and $100, absolute same. It's like that. So if God doesn't have his copy like him, if like a original God that is a little bit more stronger, that another copy doesn't have a free will. He can kind of control you. So it's not it's not one eternity itself, it's eternity of eternities. Yeah, it's like, and it was absolute wisdom. That how he explained to me, this absolute wisdom. And I never heard that from anybody. I swear, I never read this, any book, any video, any podcast. I never heard of that. I was like, oh, wow, that's really something really new. I was like, wow. So maybe it's not true. I'm not to pretend to be prophet or something. No, it just came to my mind. I think many people have different opinion. It's okay too.
Exactly. And I think that's a beautiful message. I think regardless of what everybody makes of it, it is a beautiful message. And thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And tell me, do you want people to reach out to you if they feel inclined to do so? And how can they find you?
Okay, it's just know I'm not doing this for money or promote some books or something. Just if you want to just talk to me or somewhere, Skype or Telegram or somewhere else, just you can find me. You can put my like email address. Make a link. It's okay. If someone wants to talk to me, it's okay. If I have time, of course, let's talk and discuss something. I like philosophic conversations with another people. Okay.